Everyone, my name is Meg Blodgett, and today I will be presenting a staff training on the prompt hierarchy. To begin, what are prompts? Prompting is a tool or method that is used to encourage correct responses from a client. Teachers and practitioners use prompting to help their clients and students display new and desirable behaviors. After giving a direction, the teacher or practitioner will usually wait about 3 to 5 seconds before providing additional prompting and assistance to encourage independence. Prompt fading is also used to reduce the amount of prompts that is used so that correct responding by the client is independent. New skills are mastered through fading prompts and still having the client do the desired behavior independently. According to Neitzel and Woolery, 2009, when sequencing the prompt hierarchy, teachers and practitioners should determine which type of prompt provides the learner with the least amount of assistance, more information, the most amount of assistance in order to evoke a correct response. Now that we know a little bit more about what prompts are, it is important to also understand stimulus control. According to Cooper et al. 2019, stimulus control is when in a situation, the frequency and duration of behavior is altered by the presence or absence of an antecedent stimulus. Therefore, stimulus control is a type of prompt dependence where the client only performs the behavior when the behavior is prompted. Behavior analysts must also avoid prompt dependence to ensure skill transferability and independence. Now that we know a little bit more about what prompts are, we also need to discuss why are prompts important to be using and teaching our clients. Prompts are very important to teaching new skills such as identifying numbers, identifying letters or objects, learning task chaining, shaping behaviors, and seeking different information. As behavior analysts and staff working with the clients, prompting procedures will be included with prompting. Prompting procedures include any assistance of help that is given to the client to assist them with learning a specific task. According to Neitzel and Woolery 2009, teachers and practitioners choose a prompt type based on learner characteristics. Teachers should also consider the individual's learner with ASD when selecting prompts and skill characteristics. Teachers and other practitioners should also consider matching the prompt type with what is being taught, what the skill is being taught. Libya et al. 2008 states that practitioners also need to consider that the most effective prompting technique for a learner may vary across the types of skills that are being taught. Now that we know what prompts are and why prompting is important, let's discuss the prompt hierarchy or how prompts are used. This visual shows the 6 prompts that we will be using with our clients. This includes visual, verbal, gestural, modeling, partial physical, and full physical. There's also an independent level, which means that the client did not need any prompting to complete a task. That is on the least invasive prompt, because it's technically not a prompt because they're doing it correctly. It's an independent skill. So that goes right above visual, which is why it's not included in the prompt hierarchy. As shown in the visual, there are arrows pointing down the ladder from least intrusive to most intrusive and vice versa on the way up. According to Libby et al. 2008, most to least prompting includes the intrusiveness of the prompt continues to be faded as long as the learner is demonstrating success during training trials. Least to most prompting means that with this prompt type, the teacher allows the learner a brief opportunity to respond independently on each training trial and then delivers the least intrusive prompt if needed. To increase prompting and to improve learning, the practitioners move up the prompt hierarchy from least to most intrusive. And to fade out prompts and prevent prompt dependency, you move down the prompt hierarchy from most to least. And then this one, that is this one for the prompt hierarchy. In the next 6 slides, we will go into detail about each prompt level and show a video to model the prompt. These videos were made by me for the purpose of this staff training. According to DiCarlo et al. 2016, video clips of teachers can be used to both train teachers and for self-monitoring during the intervention. Video clips have been used in previous research to teach children with autism appropriate behaviors, teach people to self-monitor, and to encourage teachers to evaluate their teaching practices. The prompt slides will be shown in least to most intrusive prompting on how to teach drawing a square. So in this first visual, we are going to be learning, or in the first video, we will be learning how to use a visual prompt with clients. A visual prompt is any information that the teacher or practitioner gives the client in a visual format. This information is usually a picture or a cue card that will be cued the learner to follow a direction. As you can see in this video that I'm going to begin, I point to the visual picture of a square and the client draws a square.
Nice drawing, square.
It's also important after you're done having someone do the skill that you have to immediately reinforce the behavior that you got. So whenever the client is following the behavior that you want and completing the task, you need to be prompting for this or reinforcing. So for this one, I just used verbal praise as a way to reinforce my client for drawing the correct square that I asked them to do. And this next prompt on the prompt hierarchy, it's a verbal prompt. In this example, verbal prompting involves giving a verbal cue or a direction more than once. In the video, I tell the client to draw a square. Any verbal directive statements to the child will count as a verbal prompt. So let's go ahead and watch.
Draw a square. I like how you drew that square. Draw a square.
In this slide, we will learn about the third least intrusive prompt, which is the gestural prompt. A gestural prompt involves a teacher or practitioner using a gesture or an action to cue the learner to complete the direction. This usually involves pointing, reaching, or nodding to an object and is accompanied by a visual or verbal prompt. In the video, I also should have included a verbal prompt to draw the square, one pointing to the dry erase marker for the client to know what to do. Unfortunately, I had already made the video, so I wasn't able to do that, but I wanted to know that before I showed the video. So that was something I should have added as well as pointing to the dry erase marker.
Roberto. Nice drawing, square. Roberto.
The third most intrusive prompt on the prompt hierarchy is a model prompt. According to DiCarlo et al. 2016, a model prompt is defined as the teacher or practitioner demonstrating or modeling the desired behavior for the client. For this prompt, the adult is performing the skill or showing the client what to do before asking them to do it. In the video, you see me model how to draw a square before asking the client to draw one himself.
Great square. You modeled exactly what I drew.
We're now going into the physical prompts, and the most intrusive prompts are physical prompts. The second to most intrusive prompt on the prompt hierarchy is the partial physical prompt. In this prompt, the teacher or practitioner provides some hand-over-hand assistance to complete the activity. In the video, you see me say draw a square and help the client grasp the marker and move it to the whiteboard before letting go.
We're going to draw a square. I like your...
And then it cut off, but I was also verbal praise again for reinforcing the drawing of the square and following my direction.
We're going to draw a square.
And the last and most intrusive prompt on our prompt hierarchy is the full physical prompts. For this prompt type, the adult leads hand-over-hand assistance for the entirety of the task. According to DiCarlo et al. 2016, a physical prompt is defined as the teacher or practitioner physically helping the child complete a task. In this video, you will also see that me help the client for the entirety of the prompt of drawing a square.
We drew a square. Nice job, Roberto.
Okay, and since that is the last prompt that we have that we talked about, I just wanted to say that this is going to be the end of our training. And I hope this training has helped you learn a little bit more about prompts, why we use them, and the different types of prompting that you will use with your clients. Thank you so much for your attention with my video and this training. And the following slides that you'll see are include the references that I use to make the training, and also the visual references that I use that were included in the PowerPoint, which included the picture of the prompt hierarchy and the picture of the lady and child on the first slide. Thank you so much and have a great night.